Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. With Ringside Season Pass 3 just around the corner, alongside the WrestleMania 42 pack, if the Nintendo website is correct, both of those packs launch in the next week, which is June 1st and June 3rd. It'd be crazy to get all that content in 1 week. And if that happens, we're going to have a lot of returns of YouTubers, myself, everybody else included, to try to cover all this content for you guys to pretty much show off what you're going to be getting. Anyway, with that being said, with all these new eyeballs coming to the game, people that are probably still on the fence waiting for a big sale, today I want to give you 5 reasons why you should buy the game and 5 reasons why you shouldn't. And these reasons really are determined by how you play the game. Because there's certain aspects of this game that are really good and really fun, but then there's other aspects where it's like you shouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole. And it's all based off how you play these games each year, whether or not you should buy it. Because there's some great things in here, and there's some baffling, stupid decisions in here. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to the 5 reasons of why you should buy the game, and then stick around for the 5 reasons why you shouldn't. Let's get started. All right, number 1 of why you should buy these games, or should I say buy 2K26. Number 1, it has a massive roster. If you take the time to unlock all the wrestlers in the game, you will absolutely never run out of new wrestlers to play as. Some of the wrestlers' new models look absolutely phenomenal. So with over 400 wrestlers, now that's not separate wrestlers, different wrestlers, that's like different versions of wrestlers and stuff like that. I challenge you to not be able to find a wrestler you resonate with and like, because there's just, you never have to download a single wrestler and still have plenty of wrestlers to choose from. For me, it's Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Stone Cold. I would always download Sting, but you get what I'm saying here. There's so many wrestlers here to choose from. You don't really need to download anybody. So, massive roster, plenty of characters to play as, or wrestlers, if you will. Number 1 reason why you should buy the game. Quick little side note I forgot to add when I was making the video is another reason why you should buy it this year, for the reasons why you should, is because of the fact that they just removed or released so many wrestlers that are in this game. We're talking about Malachi Black, we're talking about Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and a slew of others that probably won't make the game next year. So if you want to play as them, this is probably your last chance to play as those wrestlers in this game. So I just wanted to add that in there. I forgot to add it when I was making it, when I wrote out the video. So yeah, on to number 2. Number 2, Universe Mode. Finally got some quality of life updates, allowing us to set up our universe right from the start. The ability to move matches back and forth on the same card is a godsend. Better cutscenes, and they also made tag teams much easier to make. You no longer have to make them twice, both in exhibition mode and then in your universe mode. Once you create it in one spot, you can pretty much copy it and paste it right to either exhibition or your universe. And I made a video on that. Go check that out, how to make tag teams. So that's, to me, that's probably the biggest thing they added to the universe is the tag team thing. Because if you like to make tag team divisions, you no longer have to do it twice. You can just do it once and then copy it over. Another big thing for Universe is being able to take a match that's supposed to be, let's say you want your title match to be the main event, right? Well, sometimes the Universe algorithm, or whatever heck you want to call it, will automatically put the match at the beginning of the card or in the middle of the card. It's like, why is the championship match the main match, not the main event? Well, now you can simply, without having to go in and recreate that whole slot, you can simply just move the match over all the way to the end and create it that way. You don't have to change anything. So that's really cool, especially if you don't want to screw up the rivalry matches that it does automatically. In older games, when you try to move the matches around, it would sometimes screw up the automatic rivalry thing and not trigger certain cutscenes. So I'm super happy that that's a thing, so that's really cool. I just got started running scenarios and testing out Universe Mode. I got all my matches and everything set up. Well, not matches, my shows, my pay-per-views, all that kind of stuff. It takes a long time to set that up, especially with all the new features. But I really like what I'm seeing so far, and I can't wait to finally get that universe show up that I've been talking about since I started this channel 4 or 5 years ago. So I am really excited about it. I just hope a bunch of bugs and issues and glitches don't start happening as I'm playing it and testing it out off camera before I set up the show and everything. So keep it on the channel for that. I am very optimistic about the universe mode. It's very fun, and it kind of brought me back to the game. Like, I've been kind of playing other games, kind of been down on the game, but after playing with Mr. Dubs and then jumping into universe mode after making about 20 wrestlers and getting them all set up, yeah, universe mode alone, if that's your favorite mode, then that alone is a reason enough to buy this game, because it's so much better than it was in the last couple of years. Stick around, because all my stuff in the universe mode is going to be created content. So once I test it out, test to see how it works with created show, created content, like only, and not the in-game SmackDown and in-game Raw setup, I'm curious how it's going to function. So keep an eye on the channel for that, because that's what I'm using it for. Anyway, number 3, and this is a big one for creators, 200 creative superstar slots, an image upload limit increased by 1,000, so 2,000 image upload limit. This is one of the main reasons to buy this game. Having these features opens up massive roster potential for your universe mode. Also, this allows a ton of attires for your favorite wrestlers. Probably the best thing that could have happened to this game for creators. Now, even if you don't make wrestlers or download other people's wrestlers, you might download attires for the in-game wrestlers, and unfortunately, despite early reports, they do take up slots on your character's creative superstar slots, which really sucks. But if, let's say, you want 10 different attires for each wrestler, well, now you have an extra 100 slots to do so. And if you do like to create wrestlers, now you have an extra bonus 100 slots to make wrestlers and download attires. So the more, it's better. Like, I kind of wish it was like 1,000 at this point, because it's been at 100 for so long. But the fact that it increased it at all is a huge bonus and plus for these games. So you can have an extra 200 characters on your roster that's already over 400, making it about over 600 characters in the game. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. That's like Fire Pro Wrestling level amount of wrestlers. That's crazy. All right, number 4. Now this is a little weird one, but I like it. It's the CPU AI is finally fun to play against. No more brain dead battles on legend difficulty, with options to give created wrestlers AI logic and a moveset set up so they go for each match. It really opens up the door for more customization for more fun matches. So let's say you make a wrestler or download a wrestler that's not in the game. You can go set up their AI logic so they wrestle like they did on television, like in their matches. That, to me, is awesome. That is super cool, and that's some like AI level like BS, man. That's super crazy how cool that is. Like if you wrestle Obafemi right now, I did a bunch of AI matches off camera or in the background to get for B-roll footage, and he did his thing that he does on television in every single match. And I'm like, that's really cool, because I wasn't really paying attention to that until now. Ultimate Warrior does his signature things. It's just a really cool way to give you that more authentic product. Like if you're one of those ones that absolutely loves the simulation aspect of these games, this really helps bring that closer to reality. So CPU AI logic, and it feels like you're fighting a real player when you're doing it, and it just makes you better at the game. So it's just super fun. It's actually really fun to play these games like offline against the CPU if you don't have any buddies to play as, and because the online is not that great. So for me, being a solo player that plays single player and just plays universe mode, this is cool because it makes my big feuds and big matches feel that much more exciting. Anyway, so CPU. Number 5, the last one for reasons why you should buy the game, and this is the absolute biggest one for me. If you love creating wrestlers, then body morphing returning is the single best new feature they added this year. This allows a massive range of body types and allows us to make wrestlers almost exactly how they should look. The two-tone hair feature is really nice as well. I do wish it had patterns mixed in, but this is a great starting point for them to expand upon in the future of this franchise. So if you played a game called Code Vein, and I mentioned this in one of my early videos before the game came out, covering the two-tone hair thing, in Code Vein, they have the same features, but they have a ton of different patterns that you can add to the two-tone hair. So you can have stripes, you could have like zebra patterns, you can have weird like zigzags, stuff like that would go the extra mile to really create a cool original hairstyle for your created wrestler. And maybe down the road we can even get custom images that you could put on the hair itself to really go nuts with it. I mean, just imagine the possibilities with crazy hairstyles that you can make up. For me, when I make my wrestlers, I always start with the face and the hair, and I literally build off the entire wrestler off of that. However I end up making the face paint or the face and the hair, everything else is based off of that. That's how I make my wrestlers, because to me, I think the face is the most important part, and then everything else kind of helps bring it together. But yeah, the body morphing. Huge, one of my most requested features finally got back. And honestly, had I not been a YouTuber and buying these games every single year, I probably would have stopped buying the games after 2K23, and then seeing body morphing return would have brought me back. Like, I wouldn't have bought 2K24 because I didn't see anything new that really interested me. 2K25, the island kind of intrigued me, but once I realized what it was, I probably wouldn't have bought the game. And then 2K26 bringing, as soon as they said body morphing, even though it's more like body selecting, I'll take it. It's something I've wanted to return ever since they removed it. So, yeah, that alone would have got me to buy the game. So, very happy body morphing is back. I can't wait to see them improve upon it in the future. All right, now on to the why you should not buy the game. And I have a strong feeling in the comments this is what everybody's going to focus on. So, here we go. Here's the fun part. Number 1. Even though the roster is massive, so many greats are locked out to various modes and to the new Ringside Pass. Locking out the Ultimate Warrior and Stone Cold Steve Austin was really dumb in my opinion. And after 10 years, we finally got AJ Lee back and she's locked into Showcase mode all the way at the last match. Bonehead decision, if you ask me. Now, I know they were trying to pad out the Ringside Pass free tier, but taking wrestlers that have been available like at launch and Stone Cold locked out to Showcase mode, the only version of Stone Cold. Now, if it was a different version of him, that'd be fine. But having Stone Cold Steve Austin, literally one of the biggest stars in the history of professional wrestling, not just WWE, was absolutely stupid, especially when it's the Monday Night Wars. Like, the whole theme is the Attitude Era of this game, and you're locking out pretty much the main wrestler from that generation to Showcase mode. To me, that was really, really boneheaded. I think Stone Cold should have been there right at the start. I could live with Warrior because he wasn't blocked out all the way at the end of the Ringside Pass, but having any of them locked out was ridiculous to me. It should have been personas. It should have been different versions of them. I don't know. And to me, that was just really stupid. Like Stone Cold, I still haven't unlocked Stone Cold Steve Austin because I hate Showcase mode, and I've been making wrestlers. So every time I go to do a match, I'm like, oh, cool, I'll do Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot to go unlock him. I still don't have him unlocked in Showcase mode, which to me is just, it's just baffling. It probably won't take very long to unlock him. It's just the fact that they did that really annoys me. Anyway, number 2, if my faction is your go-to game mode, I'd skip this year entirely. They are rehashing old personas, making it impossible to unlock highly sought-after cards. Killing any cheese methods and matches keep failing to complete for some players. Pack odds are ridiculous. They locked out DLC wrestlers from 2K25 like Cowboy Brock Lesnar and WrestleMania versions of wrestlers to my faction like Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania 41, Yeet Mania, all of them. They're all locked to the My Faction mode now. They're not just in the game. Like we had to pay extra for them last year, and it's just baffling to me that we're gonna lock them out to My Faction mode where you have to grind and spend money. That's a bad look. Anyway, they went full greed with this mode this year and ruined it for the fans of the mode. There's YouTubers that only focus on this mode, and they've all pretty much moved on. Like it seems like they're done or taking a break because of how bad this mode is this year. And that's a huge bummer. I don't know how they turn it around this year. I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to focus on the greed and trying to get as much money out of the people that are actually still playing it as possible. And then next year, I think next year is going to be like a fixed year. They're going to really have to be good with their marketing and lasered in, because after everything that happened this year, and I said this in multiple videos, it kind of feels like a test year or a transitional year to the new consoles. And they're just trying to keep the game alive long enough to get to the next game. I have a feeling 2K26 is literally just has a skeleton crew doing things on it, getting the DLC out and all that kind of stuff, getting the Ringside Pass done. And they're going to, I mean, if you look at Ringside Season Pass 3, which we'll talk about here in a second, that's one of the why you should not buy the game. This Ringside Season Pass 3, if the leak is true from what's the status, 90% of it is all for my faction. They really want to just push everybody to that mode and get the whales to support the game all the way up until 2K27. Because I have a feeling everybody else that plays all the other modes or doesn't want to play the mode that the way they want them to, my faction, has already moved on from the game. So they're just doubling down on this year's game, trying to get as much money as possible. And then next year, I hope to God that they don't do that, because I think back-to-back years like this could really kill the franchise. Like, really hurt it. Anyway, number 3, online servers for multiplayer are still ass after all these years. This is the area of the game that never gets any upgrades. Every single year, it's completely dookie. So if you just want to play with your buddies online, your experience will be very poor. It blows my mind that they haven't capitalized on the online portion of these games. Whereas, where is online co-op in universe mode? Where is My Rise co-op mode? Like, there should be a whole separate storyline. There should be male, female, and then co-op. Online co-op, where you can play with a buddy, play through the story mode. That way, you just have to wait for your buddy to show up and you can play through the entire thing. Make it a quick 5-4 hour, it doesn't have to be super 10-20 hour thing. They could have a co-op My Faction mode that's like 4 hours long. You could do it in 2 sittings. Heck, you can even make it 2 or 3 hours long just so you guys could play through it together, because I know time is of the essence and all that kind of stuff. Universe mode co-op after playing with Mr. Dubs on PC. Universe co-op, I think, is probably my most requested feature going forward now that we got body morphing back. I don't know why they wouldn't focus on getting universe mode online. That is like the absolute marquee mode that you could really promote and do stuff with, and then you could charge for all sorts of stuff for that mode. I know you guys are going to hate me for saying charge stuff for that mode, but if they turn that into a money-making mode, it'll finally get the love and respect that mode deserves. They'll finally get more eyeballs on it, they'll get more developers to it, and they could finally get universe mode 100% perfect. If they can somehow get money out of that mode from players, whether it be, I don't know, like themes for it, or you know how they have like the opening match animations and all that kind of stuff, they can include that kind of stuff in the Ringside Pass, like filters if you want to make it look like a cartoon like they had in 2K19. All that kind of stuff is like literally right there, but no, they keep focusing on My Faction and the island and that kind of stuff. Maybe that's how they want it. Maybe they just want those 2 modes to be the money-making modes, and they don't want to tarnish or do anything to upset the other modes. Because if they start turning every mode into a money-making mode, that is also a very bad look for the overall of the game. So yeah, number 3, online servers are bad. Number 4, My Rise mode feels padded out this year to accommodate the expanded star system. I like how all the unlockables are tied to it, so I don't have to do the mode 5 or 6 times and do a bunch of playthroughs to get everything. However, it feels like it pads out the mode a little too much. Maybe after a few more years they will get this just right. Also, the fact that the mode is still menu-based kills me. I really want to walk around backstage and interact with the world. It's a small thing, but it would really help the mode, in my opinion. Number 5, Ringside Pass not implemented correctly, in my opinion. If they focused on adding more value to the Ringside Passes, I think players would have loved them. However, 2K couldn't help themselves and really used most of each Ringside Pass to push you to the money-making modes like the Island and My Faction. In my opinion, it should have been used for personas of DLC wrestlers in the pass to pad out each tier, and the older personas in the free tier, like the ones they decided to relock out that we all got in the last couple games in My Faction. Any older persona cards that you want people to re-get or re-earn should go to the free tier of the Ringside Pass, because you still have to play the game, you still have to engage with the modes. And then anything new, I think, should be a mix between My Faction with no crazy requirements to get them. Just obviously, people are going to still spend money on it. You don't have to absolutely double down and gouge them and try to just pretty much hold them upside down and empty their pockets for all their change to get them to spend money in the mode. You could have a good balance of really good ones in the paid tier of Ringside Pass, the free tier for older ones and older games. That way, it feels like you're always earning something. You're always progressing. You don't feel like you're hitting a wall And the only way to get that stuff you want is to pay money. So there you have it. Those are 5 reasons why I think you should buy the game and 5 reasons why you shouldn't. Just to sum up, for the 5 reasons why you should buy the game, I would say that if you love creating wrestlers, if you like downloading wrestlers and creating your own universe and turning it into your own thing, absolutely buy this game on sale. I wouldn't buy it at full price. Not until we see how they decide to do the ringside pass and all that kind of stuff. I would still, regardless, wait for a sale. However, if you love creating wrestlers, like I said, creating arenas, all that kind of stuff, in universe mode in particular, because it got so much love this year, then yes, this year's entry is absolutely worth buying. I've had more fun than I've had in a long time creating wrestlers. There's so many options. The body morphing returning alone is just so fun to use. I've made like 20, 30 wrestlers in such a short time compared to last year and the year before. Once I get in there, once I get the juices flowing, I'm not tired, and I get that bug of wanting to create, I can make like 10 wrestlers within like a couple days, like with movesets and everything, because I get this rhythm going, and it's just so fun. It's why I got into these games in the first place, is the creation aspect of it. So if you love creating, and if you haven't been playing these games for a while, this is the reason. This is the one to come back to just for that. However, on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you don't give a crap about creating wrestlers, downloading wrestlers, creating your own arena, or the universe mode at all, then I would say skip this year, wait for 2K27 and see how that turns out, because my faction mode is absolutely doubling down on making it more. They want you to spend money, and you can't really progress through the mode naturally or by cheesing whatsoever unless you spend money. That's how they really programmed it. They're trying to make sure they get all the whales to support the game until next year. My Rise mode feels kind of padded out. I like the new star system like we talked about, but it just feels like it was unfinished and rushed. The story part is fine. It's just, I don't know, without that star system, you could probably beat it in like 3 hours, maybe 4, maybe even less, depending on how fast you run through it. The story segments are okay. I feel like last year's My Rise was much, much better because you got to implement your both wrestlers, your male and female wrestlers. I thought that was really cool. But for me, not being able to walk around in the back, it's the same thing that's been doing since they implemented My Rise. I really want to be able to walk around in the background. We talked about that. The island mode, I feel like it's the same thing. They designed it to be padded out to make it take longer with those towers. Like you have to beat a certain amount of, or get tower points, whatever it's called, in order to progress to the next story segment, which kind of kills your momentum and wanting to play through the mode, because the towers are cool, but they should have been an optional bonus objective. Like, just let me play through the story of the island mode without any roadblocks, without any blocking me. Let me level up naturally. They still want you to spend virtual currency. And the thing that really turned me off of the mode this year is the prestige system for the virtual currency. And I should have made this one of the reasons, but it's not a major reason to not buy the game, for me anyway, because it's an online mode. It's kind of like my faction. It's the 2 modes I could care less about, although I do like the story segments. It's just the way they made it to where you progress in the island mode is not really. It should just, you beat this mission, you go to the next mission, you go to the next mission, you go to the mission. They shouldn't have major roadblocks in the mode to prevent you from going to the next mission, because having to stop everything you're doing and forcing to be playing through these towers that may or may not be fun depending on how leveled up your wrestler is. I don't know. It's just, and if you fail, you have to start the whole thing over. It's just this whole thing, and it's like, it should have been an optional thing, and it would have been fine. Just like many things in this game should be optional. Anyway, so there you have it. Some good, some bad. The absolute end all. Should you buy the game right now or not? Yes, if it's on sale and you like Creation Suite. No, if you like playing the various modes naturally and don't care about Creation Suite. Thank you for watching. Sound in the comments below. And as always, stay frosty.